Hello guys, we just let you know that we're starting in about 10 minutes. So get your questions in, guys, and we will see you guys when we're ready to start. So get your questions in, and we're just here. So talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right, okay. Well, here we are again. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to Queensville's afternoon. Jade is here finally. Yeah, she's back. The assistant is here, by the way. Devin is lying down. She's all sorted out. We sorted everything out this afternoon. This is a special live stream you guys were asking me to do, and we finally got it. We're not going to start until about 15 minutes because we're going to basically do some other stuff first that we are going to speak about first. We're having coffee, by the way, this afternoon. But Jade's on the honey and lemon this afternoon because of she's been singing today, doing a new track called Number 9, which could possibly be, hopefully be a single. We hope so anyway, because it sounds really good. So just to give you an update, guys, what's happening. Basically, thanks a lot to everybody tuning into live streams to the past 2 days. We're back with live streams on Saturday. So we are back with this. Just let me show you guys this is the newsletter. I've got to show you guys about the newsletter that we're producing at the minute. This is a newsletter we were giving out to people who bought the CD of Secret Voice. And Jade did all this, basically typed it all out, and I did some parts in it as well. And I was really happy with the result of this one. This is where you get free with the CD. When you buy the CD, you get this free. We are working on a second one now for this one for this month, which is out anyway. And some of the record shops are going to probably stock these as well, so which is kind of good for us as well, because we can stock them and give it out anyway from you guys anyway from it. But this afternoon, it is your questions, guys. Basically, last time we did a live stream with Jade, it was a bit chaotic. it was just way too chaotic, and we basically, it wasn't our fault because we had problems and Logan was himself, and it was hard. So today, yes, it's here. We promised it today. We only went here for about an hour because we have us to sort out. But we have been recording a track today, which, as I said, number 9. We are very proud of that. There's still some bits and pieces on that song we still haven't figured out yet. And we can't do anything with that, really, can we? It's just, no, not yet. But we're getting there anyway. We're getting there. It's fine. So, yeah. So this is your guys' time to ask questions and stuff, because we don't have I don't have the video for Burn, and I don't have the video for the preview video because the drive erased it for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. So we won't be playing that this afternoon, which is a shame. So but you guys have seen we've had success with the album. We've had great people coming back with messages saying the album was fabulous. It's took off so well. The album's been produced so great, and you guys can get your hands on it for a while. It's still available on the website. It's also available in Discogs, and we've got about 11 copies that we have not got the logo on it, and we were trying to sign them the other day, and obviously we tried to sign them in the green pens. Unfortunately, that didn't work. Tried to sign with the black pens, and that didn't work. So we really need to get some decent pens. And what we're doing with those ones is they are for friends and family and fans of herself. So that's why we're kind of wanting to keep those ones back, because we're going to be producing more of those ones for when we get the next load in for this next one coming out. But what we have got is we are now working on another project now, which we started to do previously from when we did the Secret Voice recordings. We're now working on the Gothic album, which is coming out, well we're hoping to get it out by October time, November. Halloween. When is Halloween night?
31st
of October, which is on a, let me have a look at my calendar. October 31st.
That's November.
It's on a Wednesday.
That's November.
That's October 31st.
Oh, yeah.
So October 31st.
Wednesday, yeah.
October 31st is when because we've got to record another month with Jade before she goes back to university, because she's got to go back. She's got to do a university degree, but she doesn't know what a timetable is yet. We don't know what times it's doing. They gave her a schedule, but the schedule is messed up, and well, basically,
So the site's been down.
the sites have been down. She's trying to go online, trying to get it all sorted out, and you have to go manually to see them to get it all sorted out. And it's a fucking joke. And these bloody ridiculous these are now these days are stupid ideas they've got in mind for it. But we're trying to get as much as we can done before she goes back. We've already recorded 9 tracks for the Gothic album, but now we're changing it a bit because she wants to put originals on it, Gothic originals for this one. Not number 9. That's not going to be on this album. It'll be on another one that we're going to be producing next year now. But we're going to record as much material as possible to cover for the next 4 projects that we have in mind, for not for Jade, but for other people who we're trying to do as well, which is cool. We're also working on a poster, advertisement poster for auditions, because we want to do auditions in the Northeast, and we were trying to do that the previous 2 days. But we snagged apparently the centre that we had were great, but unfortunately the centres they just booked solidly now. So we're trying to get all that sorted out and have a bit of a time to where we can try and get some sorted out for rehearsals and things, which we're doing that in about another week or so when we get something sorted out for it. So anyway, above me squabbling on, we're gonna basically let Jade. As I said before, when we did a live stream before, you guys couldn't hear a thing what was going on with the stream and everything else. And basically, we'll just explain what we actually, where we met, what happened, and how it sparked off really. Well, I met Jade in Riley's on the Thursday night, and she came out in her gorgeous goth wear, and because we're goths anyway, we're not like goth stuff, blackets, and we like that. And I met her through mutual contacts from Geordie and through everybody else, and they said, look, you've got to check the singer out called Jade. And I said, I've never heard of her. Came the first night, started speaking to her half an hour, telling her about ST Entertainment and everything else. So within like about 2 weeks, she got into the business, and then I offered her a job to work here permanently as the administrator as well, because she's doing on admin work as well, and she's working on the business as well, which is fabulous. And the timing couldn't be perfect, and no one expected someone to come on board. And I originally was going to put an advert out for someone to come and work here, but obviously after I've met her, I said to her, you've got the knowledge and stuff, you know about the business, you know about the backgrounds, and about 5 weeks at least now, it's been working out really well. It's been working out really well. So she's permanently on board. She's not going anywhere. She's going to be thinking, where's Jade? She's not getting very good. Because all my Queen's Hall guys will be thinking, where is she? It's like, she's not, she's got things to do, guys. She can't just be everywhere.
Busy lifestyle.
She's got a busy lifestyle. She's got university coming up. She's got Logan to look after. It's hard. It's difficult for her. Well, So this is why things are a little bit thing for us. But we, no, seriously, when we started recording, when did we start recording The Secret Voice?
Oh God. When I first got here, you were showing me all the things that you'd done before.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of picked and chose ones that my voice would suit for my ranges.
Key range. The thing about Jade is there's certain keys in songs she can only hit, and the only thing that we tried over about 20 songs that were going to fit for this album. But unfortunately, there were so many different things there was 10 songs we cut because we couldn't find the right keys, the arrangements were hard. It was all about finding the pitches okay, and nothing worked. And so we scrapped the covers part, and then we decided, well, we'll see what the first one we can offer. And the first one she did was Red and Blue. That was the very first one she did recorded. And after that, I heard that voice. I was like, wow, what am I just hearing here? And I was sitting here in this very room, and she was behind me, and Jamie was sitting here because Jamie came as well for the first day, just to call. And basically, I just sat on the studio, and I was just like, what is this I'm hearing? And I said, you sound exactly like Christine McVie. She didn't know who Christine McVie was, and I said, it's a Fleetwood Mac. And her styles is gothic, is rock. Basically, the stuff we did on Secret Voice has been a phenomenal success. Is what we've had been inundated with people asking, requesting limited editions coming out. We've got loads of limited editions left, so you guys can buy the album online. But we sparked it off really well within about a couple of days, and about the third week, she was on board, and I just said, I need admin because I have got nobody administrative, and it was hard. So she's now going to do stuff at her house to email it to me, and I'll prove it. And now it's just worked out great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's worked out really good. And now we're just training now to get you in production now to do your album, which is the Gothic album, which is going to be really good. So, and the Gothic album is not going to be like. It's not going to be like we did on Secret Voice, or it's not rock. It's not the industrial stuff. We kind of, this album was my idea really, but I just said maybe if we have a bit of a diverse away from that rock feel. We don't want anything rocky. We want it really dark, very full of goss. Yeah, we want this full of goss.
More piano bass.
No piano bass. More great dark
Yeah.
stuff. So what happened was the Thursday she was here, we had a break from studio work, and I was telling her about this guy called Nigel Stock, who was a phenomenal writer, and he wrote, as I say, if you followed the Passion stuff that I've done a video about Passion. There is a video going, as apparently a video I did it with the Passion record label, and obviously I said, this guy has wrote some of the most darkest stuff ever in the music industry. And I mean, from Break Me to Power Love to everything, to another phenomenal career he had. And we're thinking, the first thing I approached her with Break Me, and Break Me, I arranged it on live, on stream, or not on this stream, but on the other stream we did. And she fell for it straight away. She needed it. She says, I want this song. I don't care. This is my song. So, and she said, did you write this? I says, no. I didn't write it, but I did the arrangement all right with it. But Chris also came in and involved as well, and he was the guy who actually did all the string parts. He didn't play, he doesn't play it, but he did the arrangement for it, and I said, that's exactly what we should do. I did it on live stream. This is way before I met Jade, by the way. So way before I met her. And she, I sent her the rough cut of just a rough demo of Break Me, and she absolutely loved it. She fucking loved it. She went, whoa, this is just amazing. And then that was the first one we did, and we did it really dark. We wanted to go really low. We did like string arrangement on it. We did I did the basic keyboard parts on it, and I wanted to try and make it more gothic and sounding as it was anyway from it, which it sounded brilliant. And then about the end of the track, it just said we should make a video for that, and that was my idea, and it was Jade's idea as well. And she said, why don't we? Because I said that the track's never ever had a video release of it. Why don't we just do a video for a shoot for it? So we went last week to Elwick. Never been there in life. Beautiful place. Gorgeous. This is like our home, where she was born, where she was brought up really. You know, she used to go there every weekend and stuff. We had some phenomenal shots on Friday. I mean, the meeting on Friday was just... You should have been there. The meeting on Friday was incredible. I mean, it was really, really spot on. Everybody came. We were in like 3 hours worth of just writing ideas down, and Burn is what we're shooting in a week's time.
Either a week or two, yeah.
It's 2 weeks' time we're filming it. Yeah, we're 2 weeks' time. Because today we got the props ordered now, so thank God. Because we were looking everywhere trying to find props, and we was like, hang on, we've got to find where the props are. Props have been ordered. They're coming on Friday. And then Jade's doing makeup tests at the weekend, which I'm excited for because I'm going there as well, and with the girls, and yeah, and because our director Emmeline just came on board a few weeks ago, and she's got a, what would you call it, kind of like dark creative mind or something.
Yeah.
Really fantastic. She's got this sort of ideas of how, say for example, if obviously this one that we were trying to get out, say she have a great creative idea for that, then that's what she'd go for. But the way we're doing the Burn video, because the Burn video is getting shot in about, or hopefully in 2 weeks. I think Thursday we're filming it. Next Thursday we're doing it. I'm sure it's next Thursday.
Hopefully if everything gets sorted.
Everything gets sorted out by next Thursday, and by the time we got transport sorted out and everybody's coming, we're going to go back to Durham and film Burn, because we are so excited to do that. And that'll be a hell of a shoot, because basically Emma's going to be filming it. We're going to have her dressed up on the day, I think.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If the dress fits.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, that's okay. And basically, we had a we just had the idea to shoot it. We did some pickup shots that day. The weather was perfect as well for that, and we found our original idea was to film it in a.
Was this for Break Me?
No, that was for no, this was for Burn. We were going to film it in outside a church. It was another church that was on the top of the bank.
Oh yeah, like the graveyard
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Well, that's where we were going to Fuji film it, but we thought, well, you know what? We might as well stay in this area. And Jade, this is how she approached it, right? Yeah, we were going over the bridge that day. Went to this forest park with these steps on. We all seen the video anyway. And after about 15 minutes, she said, "This is my place. I want to film it here." He was like, "Right, we're doing it then." And went downstairs to this. Went outside, and there's these tombs. I mean, there's these massive round things, tombs, and it was like, whoa. And we really had some ideas for it. So when you see the video for Burn, you will be so impressed with it. It's going to be a hell of a shoot. It's going to be really good. So so we're doing makeup tests on Saturday, which is going to be really good. And basically, Jade's just comfortable working with me, and together come up with some great ideas. Basically, just work out a lot of stuff that we did within Secret Voice. We did a 4-week recording of it. We finished it on last Thursday. It was out by Monday, the 2nd of July. And I am getting so many nice people who appreciated the album so well that Burn has become the hottest song on YouTube ever. And I mean, from the time that I put it in, when I showed you on Friday about when I typed it in, you type in right, Jade and Burn, you enter it. It's the first video that comes up on YouTube. And that was like, whoa. And it got over about 270 views within a week. And you know how incredible is that? I mean, nobody on YouTube would ever do that. But that song has been very, very impressed with the people who appreciate the music and what we like doing as well. And all that work went down to you guys for supporting us. And Jade was so happy, and she was over the moon. And that's how videos should be done. But when we do the main shoot for Burn, well, I think we'll probably get more. The AdSense will be going up a bit more for me. I think we'll be in good times as well, which is really good. But that's the. If you guys want to chat to us this afternoon, we're here until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Any questions you have, please let us know. And I'm also going to read out some comments as well. Now, the other thing that was on the album that we put on the Secret Voice album, we had 2 tracks that were never recorded. That was never recorded. Well, one track was never recorded. And when I presented you with that song, "Don't Walk Away,"
Yeah, I loved it.
her mum, did you play it to Mummy?
Not yet, actually. No.
Anyway, this is what happened. If you guys watched Fame Academy many years ago in 2002 when it was on the BBC, there was a song that was kicking around from David Sneddon, and John McLaughlin and Steve Dewberry wrote the song. It never ever published. It's never ever published. Never got any rights. Didn't have any copyright issues with it. Apparently, it was a song that was unpublished. Apparently, after because the song apparently was "Don't Walk Away," and I'm telling you, I spent about one day, about a few hours getting that track ready. When I sent it to Jade, the rough piano version of it, she loved it. She went, "Oh my god!" I said, "No, these are the songs I really like." She likes a sort of like the contemporary sort of feel of songs and stuff, and she likes great. And so I worked on that for about the period of about a couple of weeks, couple of days. Then after that, she came in, I wrote the lyrics down for her, and she watched straight away. And the track was, wow. I love playing that because it's so good. It was really good. So that's why "Don't Walk Away" was the first one I've ever got on that album. And we literally did so well for the release of it. So, but like I say, favourite tracks on the album for me, personally, I have to say that probably Burn is my favourite one. But Break Me is also my favourite one. And Alive, which we are still waiting for Sparky Femme to get in touch with us about that, because I don't know what's happening with that yet, because I didn't hear anything back from them at all. I mean, all I saw from Jade was they've got a playlist of over 100 artists that are not from the charts. They're actually from the local musicians in the northeast area.
Yeah.
And what they do is they get a playlist about this big every week.
They need to run through all the
and they've got to run through every single one. If we make it to about 25, or at least in the middle, yeah, not that. Oh, we connected again for some reason. It's back on now. There we are. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Stream went off. So you get a playlist of over 100 songs narrow down to 25, it gets paid on the radio station. But with Spark FM, they can be either they will go for yes and no. So the 2 tracks you sent was Chains, but Alive is what we really wanted to get on the radio. We really want to get that song out because that was the one she was begging for me to do it. She said, Live is the one I really want to do. Originally, we gave it to another girl who was going to join us on the label, but she's now left in the commitment. It's quite a bit weird. So she was given it first, but after we were trying to figure out the last track on the album, I thought maybe Alive may work for her. And I gave it to her. And I said, I love it. I said, that's for me. She was lyrics out there. I just said, my song, do it now. That's straight away. Not like that sort of thing. But the thing about you is you love any genre of music I give you. And it's just straight on. I mean, the gothic stuff, you're getting me into Skin Red now. She wants to do a cover actually on... Is it on this side? Is it a Gothic album? Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
The Gothic album will have a bonus track on the limited edition. Yes. Of a song by Skin Red. I've only heard the Skin Dread. Skin Dread. Skin Dread. Right, get the idea. And basically, the song I've heard on the phone has been phenomenal. I mean, she wants to cover it, and we need to arrange it, obviously. But now Jade's coming to produce the album anyway. That she's gonna do this song to help me out on the structure of it and find out where it goes from it and stuff. So she hears it every single time on her phone. She says, I have to cover this song because I have to cover it. So luckily, this time, because after all the carry-on we've had with the fucking No One But You one, which I have to say, she did put it on her Spotify account. So go and listen to that on Spotify. And that was seriously, that made... I had to put it on because there's no way that I'm never ever again gonna fight tooth and nail again to fuck about with a song you need to cover, because we didn't know at the time that here's the thing about it, right? Say for example, if this one's got Boogie Dot the Slaughter on, which we'll be soon doing that anyway. But when we were like, let me see if I've got a cover in here. Well, this is a cover. For example, if you were to do a cover song on this album, right, you have to pay the rights to it. You've got to pay the royalties to it, which Jade doesn't know about the royalties, and she doesn't even know about how much you get paid for it. Well, how the hell do you explain to me? How hard was it to get our fucking song on here?
It was just very time consuming, to be honest, because I had to go around loads of different people.
Yeah, this is exactly how I hate managers. I hate record companies that do this. So I had to go from Brian May first, then I had to go to Sony Music, then I had to go to 2 other people at Sony Music to get their approval. Email receives back from me, sent to G. I sent to Jade as well. She had the proof, and apparently she said, "Oh, it's gone through. It's been approved." Yeah, but what I don't understand is we can't send any money. Because, well, if they've approved it, how do you send?
They didn't give us any bank account.
There wasn't any bank account details. There wasn't. There was a reference number. A reference number, right? Well, what are you supposed to do with the reference number? The reference number is basically that's to put in for tax reasons. But we're not paying tax, so they're supposed to give you a confirmation saying, "Please forward your payment to this da 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 da," and you know accountancy works, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, no, accountancy works. Say for example, I was to pay Jade's £25, right? If I was going to ask for one of her songs, right, I would pay Jade £25 through a bank account. She would give you a bank account details by secret, by email. I pay her. That's how it works. So, but why is it PPL doesn't want to give you the money when you know? So I'm not going through that again. So instead, this song's okay to use what we're covering, because apparently it's. You said it was apparently was it a song? Is it an original song? Isn't it?
It's their original.
It's their original song.
Yeah.
There's not signed at anything or.
No.
Oh, that's what I've got to find out. So that's why we kind of wanted that out, obviously, from it. And we did a tremendous job of this album, though. I mean, buy, please support us, buy it. Get the vinyl version. It's coming out in November. And we also had an idea as well. That when we finish this Gothic album, we're going to submit it early to Diggers Factory for the release of it on vinyl, because we didn't know at the time that it had to be done in March to give it out now. That's why we were still wondering why it wasn't out at the time. So that kind of pissed us off a little bit, and I was thinking, why is it taking so long? So now they're going to bring that out in November, time for Christmas, and then they're going to bring out the Gothic album in November at the same time. So, but Diggers Factory sorted out places. I don't understand it at all. But you can still order it on Discogs for $5. The international version is not charged as a P&P rate on it, because the international version is only available to Americans and overseas. The one that's on the PPN charges of £1.50 has to be charged by Discogs by a UK, which you can buy from the UK. But the other version is only available to the Americans only, so that's why there's two variations of it on there. But there is the limited edition one's going to be for the Americans, but the standard edition, we haven't issued the standard edition yet anyway. We don't know what we're doing with it yet, so kudos to you guys. Questions? Any questions, guys? No questions at all? No questions? No? Oh, come on. If you've got any questions, guys, please, because we came on here today for an hour, and we've only been on for 40 minutes now. That's quite long, actually. We came on for an hour because basically Jay can't stay long because she's got to go and pick up you know who. So but anyway, but we have been recording today. We got a new pop shield, by the way, for the microphone stand, and we got that the other day, which is great. And but you guys were asking me questions about saying what happens with Jade's future for next year. I don't know yet. Possibly. Well, I mean, after about another week of recording, the last days, we need to try and get rehearsals sorted out, which we're trying to do. We need confidence building. We basically need to train these guys up, because there's not just Jade on board. We've got other people on board, but they're outside of the business. But they're not actually with us. They're outside of us. They help us out with yourself, me, and everybody else. That's why you don't see them. So I have at the very minute, we have no plans to perform at the moment, because they're not ready. These guys are not ready yet. Jade still has got other things to do. She's got a lifestyle to sort out, but at this very minute, we have no idea what's happening yet with it. We all know that one thing came around was they will be performing at Riley's in Sunderland, but at this very minute, we can't really give the tracks out to Rise at the moment, not until they're ready, which would be another 3 or 4 weeks at least before we do that. But just before you go back to university, which is one thing you need to do. So that's kind of where the schedules happens as well. There's also questions came in saying, is there any more projects coming up with Jade? Yes, there is. The Gothic album comes out October, November, and then next year, in the start of, I'm not sure actually when it starts. Actually, I think yeah, next year we've got a couple more albums planned. As I said, she's got a 5-album deal with us anyway, so she's on for 5 albums. Well, it could be more than 5 actually, because the way she wants to do it is she just wants to do stuff with me all the time, and it's just worked out great, because the amount of stuff I'm writing at the minute is just like I can't stop, because there's so much ideas coming out. Jade wants to do her album by herself of all original material, but with me involved as well. But I'm going to be on the production side, but obviously she wants to produce and stuff as well. Like there will be originals coming out, because she wants to do a full album of stuff. One thing that we have been back on at the moment is Back in Dead Inside, which at the moment we have been back into it again in the tracks. We're just waiting until the time is right, until it's ready. But I'm not going to say more about that, because that was between everybody in the group. But we just quickly will say that it's back on, but we don't know yet. That's all we can say. We don't know. So we'll probably find out later in the next couple of months if we ever get it out. It just depends. Apart from that, you've got a she's going to be starting working on a newsletter this month, which is going to have a special one because we were discussing this morning, and apparently she wants to. I thought the great idea would be, instead of having this red thing on, we would have a big spread of the burn video inside it. Also, we'd have like inside behind the scenes of how the video was made. Emily's going to have an interview done as well, because Emily's getting interviewed for how she did the concept for the ideas, and it'll be a massive thing about it. So you guys will get. So if you get the CD, you get the bonus one, the making of Burn, because that'll be amazing to see inside. We go like, wow, and stuff. It'll be really good. We've actually got 3 people on board with that now to help us out with the video, which I'm very happy that Emily's been spot on with it all the time. She's been fantastic with us on Friday. She's got a lot of ideas. We were trying to get something ordered off eBay on the Friday, and unfortunately, due to the laws, you can't buy them, and they are very dangerous. And they are what were they?
Those like the flare kind of things.
Yeah, the flare candles. Looked everywhere to find these things, and apparently you've got to get them from China, but they're not allowed to be exported to the UK because the fact is they're dangerous to have. And unfortunately, you've got to go to well, you see, the fireworks factory that used to be here would sell them, but unfortunately it got burnt down. And no, I mean it's a sad story, but it's kind of, you know how it made. But what we're using now is we're using alternative ones, but at the moment we're kind of trying to figure out what we're going to use for it. We don't know what we're using yet for it, so we're still having a bit of a toying with the idea for that anyway, which is one thing. But we basically have got that shoot sorted out anyway. Break Me is going to be interesting because Break Me is the last one we're filming, where we're going 18th century on it, and we are doing it really, really special. And it's going to be, it might be a night shoot, I think, actually. I thought it might be a night shoot, we don't know yet. But maybe it might be a night shoot, it might be a day shoot, we don't know. Maybe in the middle of dusk and stuff, because Break Me is kind of like an intense song, a dark, intense song that Nigel wrote. And obviously, it was basically Jade's idea to go and film up there, because she said, you've got to come to Elwick. It is an amazing little village. It's like isn't it like a little village, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like a little village.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. It's not in Hartlepool. It's near Hartlepool, because it's like that. It's kind of like a 20-minute drive from where Barnes Park is, straight down that area, the A19, and then it's just there, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like in the centre, and it's really nice actually. And that's where we're filming that video. We filmed it in a graveyard, which we're very luckily we got away with that actually, because nobody's on the grounds at all. It's just dead. Because he said, we have to get permission to use this. I says, well, say me, come here. And nobody goes there, apart from kids that go there, obviously, which we went on that day. We as kids, we were trying to get pictures sorted out. And there's all these little kids there bringing the little dustpan sweepers and giving them clean up the things. And you're thinking, come on, kids, let's go down the road. And it's like, and you're just thinking, I don't want to go next. I'm stalking the kids. It's like, yeah, stalk the kids. So anyway, that was all a bit weird. But we kind of did loads of scoutings in about 2 weeks. And we did the drone one in one day. We also did that other one in one day. And by the time we got back, we were tired. We were like, gotta go to sleep. We were tired. I mean, it was a tiring day. Yeah, but it was very nice to go there, because we wanted to go for the shoot anyway from it and get the shoot sorted out and do that. We were like tooth and nail trying to figure out, what sort of song would work for it and everything else. And that was the last one we were going to release anyway for this one. But that's not coming out until October, because we are still we might be bringing out a live on YouTube. We might be bringing it out because that's the second one. We really want to get that one out because that was the other one that we wanted to do. So that'll be the second single coming out. Will be a live of this album. I know people have been asking me, why is the Secret Voice not out? Why is that title track not out on YouTube? The reason I didn't want to put it out is because it's a risk we don't want to take. We don't want to take a risk of putting the best songs out because if you bring your best songs out on YouTube, everybody goes crazy for it. They download it for nothing and go, we'll play it all over the time, and that's a risk where we don't want to do. We want to try and keep it really simple to make sure that songs that come out work. So now, Alive is the next one we're bringing out. Maybe another one we might bring out as well, because maybe 3, because we kind of want to get this out for you guys, because you're thinking, we want to hear more tracks off the album. There's a little snippet on YouTube I did of the other week, where I did, where Changes on that, Break Me's on it.
It was like a teaser.
It was a teaser album that we did, and she loved the teaser album, it was good. But they were the rough mixes, they weren't the final mixes we finished, they were the rough mixes that you got to hear, that were in production at the time, but we changed vocal parts on bits and pieces. One track that we did finally agree on, that we didn't want to put on, was Fallen. And it was going to go on this, but because we had so many chaotic things going on, Jade said to me, don't put this on. Just don't put it on, because... I had to have 15 minutes to think about it, and I said, I'm going to make a decision. Fallen isn't going to make it. I said, don't put it on. My vocals do sound great on it, but don't put it on. And I said, that's fine. So that's what we agreed on. That's why Fallen was off this. And the rest of them, and the blues song, we were writing that at the time, but unfortunately, again, I had to come off because it didn't fit the album very well. So that's why I wanted to stick with that rocky feel with the burnt song and everything else and what it was. But we had a ball. Yeah, we had a ball doing the album. It was just really good. But to the subscribers on my channel, I want to thank you very much indeed for the support we've been given so much for Jade, because I've had some great things said about Jade, that she's brilliant. I've had Nicola Pierce again. She messaged me the other day saying that Jade is phenomenal. She said, Secret Voice, what a voice. And I was like, whoa. We've also had another idea that came around today, to have a mother come and do backing vocals if she's up for it. Because I had another, because she sounds identical to the mother and daughter, sound identical to her, and it's just she said she sounds identical to me, mind. And I was like, oh, it might be a little bit awkward. Very. It would be a challenge, because she was in a band. Her mother was in the band, and she had a punk song, didn't she?
It was like a punk band.
A punk band, yeah. But she had a song that she never recorded.
They did record it, but I just think I really want to do it again.
Okay.
I love the lyrics that she's done.
Nice. We have to work. We have to speak to Andy about that and see what Andy can do with that great guitar work on it.
And my mum would be fine with it. So.
Do you want to thank anybody?
Everyone, really.
Yeah. I want to thank. I want to say, this wouldn't be possible actually with one person who we were very shocked that she came actually on Friday. That was Jodie. And I have to say, if Jodie's watching this back, I think she should be gratitude for what we really have to say a big thank you for, because if I never discovered this girl, Jodie would have been on this. But without her, she's been the most supportive person to ever be involved in this, not in with the business, but with Jade. She's known Jade a lot longer than what I have. I mean, great person. And that's the person I want to thank. I want to thank also to Mark as well, who unfortunately Mark couldn't get moved up here.
Right.
No, he couldn't. He's down in. He's back down in London now, and unfortunately he's got a job there, and unfortunately he can't join us in Queensville. Yeah. So that's a shame. But a big thank you to Chris, by the way, for a main amazing work he did on Break Me. I mean, that was phenomenal. I mean, that was wow. I couldn't believe we did sort of like that napalm thing and stuff. It was really good. But it was a really good idea to do something for somebody who, for the first time ever in this whole ST business, to really get somebody who knows about music very well, passionate about music. But she's never ever been signed to a label. She never got signed to a label. And when I started this up, when I started this label up, it basically started up as one general thing, and that was to be a promotion thing. It's never about management, because I was sick of all these things going on with bands today, not with the metal scene, not with the overseas, not with the UK. Well, partly yes, the UK. I don't know maybe some of you about the UK music scene. I was ranting about the fact that people get ripped off. They don't get paid, and no one's getting paid anymore. And I give these people wages every month. They get paid for what they do. Even if they don't produce content, I help them out, because basically this is not like a business where they'll say, "Oh, well, you know, I demand my money. Where's the money gone?" When I kept saying to them, I'm not like that. I'm a person who's genuine and a person who knows what they're doing. I learned all this from my dad many years ago. My dad gave me the best support in the world. And he said to me, if you want to do this, do it, because you know exactly what you're doing. I work with so many artists in the past 2 years. When we did the karaoke discs in the Bolden, I told you about this before, but we did this originally with karaoke discs at the top. And I was getting like paid quite a lot of bit of money for when we sold the discs, and he just said that's great. So that's why I didn't want to be like a manager, like a management side. It's not a management company, it's basically a promotions part. So you're promoting somebody on YouTube for their video for Burn, getting good views for it, you're writing material, you're getting an album out, you're releasing it on Discogs, and they're giving you no tax for it either. Now, I'm very glad that we didn't get taxed for this, because if I got taxed for this, I would have had to charge more for this to be out. So, if, for example, you would pay a disc for 16 quid for a fucking CD. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. When tax reasons, no tax, 5 quid for a disc. Plus, you're getting that, and promotions thing, and information. So, why would people want to go and pay for a disc that doesn't even that comes out when you're getting loads more stuff for what you get in this package? I mean, at the moment, one of your friends has already got one ready for next week anyway.
Yeah.
And me's buying one, and we said, put your thing together. This is yours. They want to know more about Jade. They want to know more about her, and that's why I learned from my dad. He said to me, do a biography. Do something about the person. What about? Because since they don't know who she is, she's unknown, but she's becoming to be the next best thing, to write stuff, to produce stuff, to sing stuff. And really, it just, that's how the business started up. She knew it from the 3rd week. She learned everything about this business. She knows about the meetings we do. She knows about the contracts we do. She comes in, does her work, and I think we don't even, not one thing really is bad. Just everything's great, everything's fun here. So why do you have to be so serious about everything when you literally, this is me just saying it, by the way.
Yeah.
This is not looking at you. It's not like saying, it's that. But why should people do that though, when they say to you, right, you've got to do this your way and you'll have to do it this way? And it's like, no, excuse me, I don't work like that. It's like, I'm not a boss. I'm just a guy. Normal guy as we are. We just basically am a guy. Help people out. They want a career. Come to my business. And we do it. And with her, she's just perfect. Here we are. Yeah. This is our new sign now. It's like, yeah, we'll get the Jade sign now. The new Jade sign. Yay. But it's no. It's seriously, all seriousness. It's just a business where it's just fun, really. Just fun to do it. It's just loads of fun. There's so many outtakes that we did not issue, by the way,
Oh,
and I don't want you get embarrassed all the time. We had that many outtakes. I mean, guys, we were like, it was on a secret note on the red and blue was all over the place. But the secret voice one was the hell there. It was awful. But saying that though, that's why we work good as a team. All of us do. Not so much Jade, but about everybody else who works for us. Because we've got like 5 people now who don't actually do the administrative business, but doing this is incredible for her. And it's a great thing of it. All we need to do now is get you on stage. And that's something that we're working on. We did a thing called Stage Presence, and what we did was we went to this community centre, and it was brilliant. It was huge, and we were showing Jade how to go on stage. She doesn't have the confidence at the moment to go on stage. She can, but it's looking into a big monitor on the ceiling like this when you literally try and like perform. And we still haven't got there yet because we're not ready yet to do it. But we're still working on that anyway, which is one thing. But it's working out great for us because basically we've just got the thing of it. Questions! Aha! Questions have come in. Apparently this thing's not working on here. Great. Planet Mixer's joined. Hello, Planet Mixer. Question for you. Is Jade a Queen fan, dude? And what song is her favourite?
I am a Queen fan.
Yes!
I am.
Yes!
I mean, probably not as much as you guys, but honestly, I reckon one of my favourite songs is Too Much Love Will Kill You.
Too Much Love Will Kill You is one of them songs where you'd either like it or you
Who Wants to Live Forever as well.
Do you know what? Who Wants to Live Forever is one of the most hardest songs to ever do live on stage.
I can imagine.
It is. I tried it. And it worked for me, but it didn't work. No, it was really hard. So yeah, Too Much Love Will Kill You was just a definite no. Yeah, indeed. E3 was hectic last month. Tez was glad they showed a remake of Resident Evil 2. That is a 20-year-old game for the PS1. Resident Evil is so good. Resident Evil 2 is good. I like the Jade plays Skyrim actually on PS4. And Skyrim is just fucking great. It's outstanding how the graphics was so good on it. It was really, really good. Skyrim's great. I can't play on my computer. You what?
It was all remastered, so it's a remastered one that I've got.
Jesus, I know it's expanded now as well. There's loads more things. Do you remember that game Two Worlds that came out on Xbox?
I don't think Xbox.
I mean, Chris bought a game called Two Worlds. It was unfinished and it was never finished. And the game is seriously really good. Good game indeed. Yes, E3 was really good. E3's a convention that I have in America. And I did see parts of it, but it was crazy. It was madness. I mean, it's like, oh God, there's so many things that E3 was just absolute bombarded with things. And when you see the live stream, it's stupid. The Americans, don't get me wrong, the Americans are good, but when they go crazy for the gamers, ridiculous, absolute ridiculous. But yes, she is a Queen fan, which is good. I just don't know if this stream. I don't know if you know if this is working because this is so. It is working, but I don't know whether it's doing stuff. Hardcore fans are not happy. It's in third person camera and not original fixed camera angles. What's that for? Is that for Resident Evil? Is it Resident Evil or is it for Skyrim? I don't know. Rephrase your question anyway. Come on guys, get some questions in guys because I've got 4 people live on here. Chat room is working by the way. So get your questions in for Jade, please, because we want to get some questions in before she goes. We've got to get out of here at 4, so we've got under half an hour before she leaves. Resident Evil. Oh, all right. I know the game had to be redone because it was some part of the uncut version was kind of everywhere, and it was like up and down, and yeah, it was everywhere. It was just so it was a intense. Have you played Resident Evil before?
I've only played 5 and 6 fully.
Right.
And like, I'm not a good horror kind of person. I get really scared like really easily. So like I tried playing the 7th one, like you know how like it opens up and like you're in this like dark room. I literally took like 2 or 3 steps like right in front of it, and I just heard a noise and turned it off.
Oh my god!
Nothing even popped out. It was just a noise, and I turned it off. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, never play with headphones on. Never do.
God, no,
it's just that's the worst.
I get so scared.
It's like, Logan! Oh god! You mean shit tonight? Yeah. Me, I'm not really a fan of. I mean, I used to watch like horror films, but now they're just naff. They are naff now. I mean, I suppose if you think about it, if you watch, there's something I've been watching called Motel. What the fuck's it called? Bates Motel. And I was watching it with Jade at our house the other day, and it was really intense.
That's like my level of scary. It's more like a psychological thing than horror.
But you should watch Dexter. Dexter's even better.
Yeah.
Dexter's really good. I was hoping for something Oddworld with what? I was hoping for something from Oddworld with Abe Solstrom with the blue alien guy that can chant. I don't know what you mean.
Oddworld's a game.
Oh, that game! Oh, I know that game. I know that game very well. Yeah,
it's Odyssey or something.
It's that's right. It's I have heard. I've seen that on YouTube actually. If you watch a guy called what's his name? He sounds like Chris Tarrant. He did a game called Load of Magic. I can't remember his name now. I can't remember his name. No, it's gone my head. I'll probably think I don't know, I can't remember now. But anyway, he did a video called Lord of Magic, and he sounds like Chris Tarrant. He's bloody funny. Abakuku or somebody else it's called, but he's really good and stuff. It really is funny. PS1 game. Oh, PS1 game. Oh yeah, PS1. I had a PS1, but I got rid of it.
I had Monsters Inc. on PlayStation.
Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. That's like Monsters Inc. is classic.
That's amazing.
Everybody loves I think the film is still to this day one of the best films for youngsters who love it. I love the film. The second one was rubbish though. The university one was. Didn't like university one. It was alright. But I tell you what, I do like Pixar films, but I don't like that. I didn't like that Toy Story one that brought out, which was the House of Horrors one, which was this TV show that they brought out. It was a 20-minute short on Disney Channel, and I think it was a load of rubbish. It didn't make any sense at all. I mean, it was supposed to be the new thing, but yeah, I didn't like that at all. It was just too. Have you ever seen that one, the House of Horrors one?
I don't like Toy Story. So
no, at all. No.
I hate it. Can't stand it.
Yeah, that's standard. No, I'm not a fan of these. I do like certain ones. I do like certain shows and certain TV shows. But like I say, just as it is, it's just fine. Yeah. Right, more questions, guys, because we haven't got long. More questions, please. Keep them coming in. And also for people online, but you guys don't want to talk to us. Come on, guys. I want some more questions, please. I watched the original remake of Evil Dead. The tree rape part still blows my mind in an awkward way. You know the Evil Dead, right? The original Evil Dead is better. Yeah?
I've never played.
No, it's not. It's a film.
Oh, I thought it was. No, it was a game.
Evil Dead. No.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about Evil Within. That's what I'm thinking of.
Anyway, well, the original Evil Dead is the best. The remake is not good. Because I don't like remakes, and I'll tell you why I don't like remakes, because they just go too far with the plot. It's just ridiculous. So, but yeah, but I know when they did the original Evil Dead film, really fantastic. The film that was uncut on VHS first before it was on DVD. It came out and oh, you like you get gothic stuff though.
I think like the furthest I'll go with like horrors and stuff is like The Woman in Black. And the Babadook.
Yeah, that one, Woman in Black, is great. That Woman in Black is great. It's one of Daniel's best films he ever made. So, it is.
Potter.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Harry Potter is just like hands down.
Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah, yes. I have to say something right. Now, this is what I was telling Jade the other day. When you get up to number 4, number 5 is the one you never watch.
Yeah, it is.
No, there's the Azkaban one.
That's number 3.
The red one. 4.
There's Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets,
3.
Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and then the 2 that they
Half-Blood Prince is the one I never watch.
Half-Blood Prince is like one of the best ones. Like, they're all the best.
I don't understand how the Half-Blood Prince is the only one I can never get a hold of. I've watched it. I watched all the rest of them. Great.
So the 6th one.
The 6th one is the only one you can never get. You can't get on download. I mean, watch it on download.
Oh, right, yeah.
You can't. But some people say, "Oh, we just delete it and we don't follow it." It's like, well, that's part of the bloody trilogy, isn't it? And then there was that other one that came out, the Forgotten, the Fantastic Beasts, was
really good.
Spot on. That film was, and that was supposed to be a beginning of, or later life of, was it later life or beginning life of what it was?
It's before Harry Potter, I think it is.
It's before it,
Yeah.
way before the thing of it and stuff. But it's but yeah, I do like films where they are a bit like sort of intense. I mean, there's a film I've seen many years ago called The Last Horror Movie, and that was banned for many years on DVD, and it ain't for you to watch. No, it's not for you to watch. It's just really things stuff. Michael's joined. Hello, Michael. About time, mate. We messaged you already. What inspires you when writing lyrics? Well, good question, that. Very good question indeed. Well, I'll go first, and I'll let Jade go in a second. Well, basically, inspires me to write stuff. I mean, when I wrote, when I was writing Burn at the time when this was out, I got the idea, as I told you before on recent live streams. I did have, I wrote it about, basically it came in an idea on the keyboard and I wrote it. And it was about somebody who was really going down in the world to the unknown. Was kind of going by that sort of stuff as well. That kind of was the idea for it. But it was also telling a story about how if you see the fire burning right into the ground, the sound is harder. It's like a rumble that's coming up to the earth, and it will explode everywhere. So, but they kind of like when I gave it to Jade, she was telling me what's this about the song, but I said, well, it's about like a guy who's running away from all the problems he's got, but he's seeing something in his mind, and he wants to get out of it. And he's like, take it all inside, feel it in your pride. It's coming around alive, feel it burn, and it was like. What the hell was the other part? Build a sacrifice, give it the night, give what you got, and you got it inside. And you've got to get out of what you want to get out of when you're getting into something else and another idea for what it is. It was very difficult to explain, but that's where the idea for that one came. And also for the inspired for Red and Blue came from Journey. Came from a Journey song. Don't get me wrong, I didn't rip off Journey at all, right? It was just an idea that had come around from the Talisman stuff. And Red and Blue was the first one she ever sang. She loved it, and the Journey influences were really good on it. It was really, really good. One last thing. No, you're not a big Take That fan. Don't take that to me. You heard the crazy rumor online that one of the members called Harrod will show his testicles online for Instagram if England won the World Cup. I don't think so. Mad person he is. Why the title The Secret Voice? Good question. Why turn out The Secret Voice? Self-explanatory, really. The title for it. I don't know. I think when I was writing the song at the time, The Secret Voice at the time, I thought that would be a good idea for a thingy because, you know, Jade is kind of like got a voice that people have never heard before, and it kind of inspired to write it for her album. And the title, basically, this was a girl who never, well, no, really, it was kind of like you never found that spot in your life, where she's never heard any of my music, but when the song was written, it was kind of finding, this song was for her, that she was finding her own voice to know that I was hearing something. Even when we did the Red and Blue, without in fact, the Red and Blue was the first one she ever sang to me, and I just said to her, "What a hell of a voice this is!" You know, I said, "You've got a secret voice that I haven't never heard before," and that's how it sparked off the title for it. So that's how the Red and Blue was written first, before Secret Voice was written second. But that was the last one we recorded in 2 days, 2 weeks. But that's why it was called Secret Voice for it. Because when I wrote the final parts to it, and I gave it to you, it was like, oh my God, it's like we were creating something amazing here as well. By the way, it's
not the final copy.
That's not the final copy of it, but that's what she's wearing on the video for Burn. This tartan thing here. She can't wear that one because it does not fit anymore.
I gained pregnancy weight.
Again, yeah, as you can see, it's not. That's anyway. But yeah, that's how the title came around for A Secret Voice. But yeah, what inspires you to write lyrics? And ask you that question because this is interesting.
Right. I believe that your own emotions are like a really big drive for getting lyrics out and kind of expressing yourself. Like with me at the minute.
We're writing at number 9 at the moment anyway, which is one thing.
I mean, I've just been diagnosed with depression and I've got kind of mental health issues going on and stuff. And one of the major helps for me is actually writing things down, expressing what I'm going through, all the scenarios, and actually being having the chance to sing it, just it expresses how I'm feeling. And it kind of helps me get over things in a way.
You've written over about nearly 10 songs now in that book. I've seen, and it was like when I was writing stuff for Jodie's album, her second album that we were due to be out. We were writing the song called Fallen, and she read the lyrics that I presented to her, and I said, "This is a song that was so much," because every time I keep listening to that track, it's special. But when Jade did the vocals on that, it's something I can't express because it's something that was special that we'd done the day. And when she was writing, there's another one you've been writing as well, haven't you? Oh yeah, there was a song called "My Angel Cries." Now she presented that the first time with many lyrics, and I still got them. And I did a demo of it, and it sounded really good actually. And I played it for the first time. She said, "How can I do that song?" So I said, "I'll keep it for the next one." But we want to, but yeah, but it kind of.
We found another song that would have more lyrics that would be more suited to the back and demo. And
oh, that was for a song, Turquoise Beach. Was it Turquoise Beach?
I can't remember.
Turquoise Beach. I think it was Turquoise Beach. One of the songs that I did present to her was Turquoise Beach, but we now changed it to a different title of the song, and we're going to rewrite that because. Lila's version we're not going to use, but her song that we demoed last week sounds really, really good indeed. It sounds phenomenal, and we're looking forward to that. And I think Jade wants to take this dog home as well. I've got a dog for a week, guys. By the way, I do have. You guys have got another 20 minutes, and then we have to go very soon. Any more questions, guys? Keep them coming in. Yeah, look, guys, you can still buy the album. The Secret Voice album is available for a lifetime now. Limited edition is now going to be produced at 50 more copies because we're getting a lot of people asking for a limited edition with that bonus track from No One But You on, and the Red and Blue acoustic version as well. And so this will be available a long time period. So it's still available on the website, and it's still available on Discogs. But please remember, if you're ordering from outside the UK, you've got to go for the international version of the £5 plus P&P. For the UK people, you have to, and this is what you've got to tell that guy as well. He has to buy the UK edition with the P&P charges on it, because that's why we're doing that. But he's not getting it delivered to his house. He's going to get it from me anyway. But that's the reason why that was set at that price, guys. But on the website, you can buy the website with no P&P charges at all, apart from the fact that international shipping charges in the USA have to differ for the prices and for the weight of it as well, which is one thing. But you're only getting it in that anyway, which is one thing anyway what we're doing first. Any more questions, guys? Because we need to go soon. Very soon indeed. 2 people watching now. So there's only Michael and Thingy watching today, which is wonderful. Thanks, guys, for your questions, by the way. Really appreciate the questions today. If there's no more questions now, we will go. Just one more thing to mention. As I said, this is the only day that she was going to come today, guys, because next week, well, not next week, but next week, hopefully next week, on Thursday, we will hopefully be at our location next week filming Burn, because I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be exciting. And on Saturday, we're going up to your house to do the makeup tests, and that's going to be a crazy day, because it's going to be full on makeup to the brim. Not getting me dressed up either. No way. No way. No, we're not getting me dressed up. But we're going to be doing some tests as well from it and stuff. We are, as I say, guys, at the moment, we are recording the second album very soon. We're just doing this track that I think we're kind of, we're just working on it today. We're trying to get some very bits and pieces ready for it. But once we get this track finished, we're going straight into the Gothic album. And then once we get the tracks ready for the Gothic album sorted out, then we'll be releasing that in October. But we're basically having a ball, really. We're having a fucking good time. We're laughing our heads off today, and it was like, oh my god. And I think we always keep going back to Secret Voice tracks, you know. And we keep thinking, oh no, not again. Oh, and it was like, oh, it's like squealing and stuff, you know, like everything else. Another thing to tell you guys, this Saturday, there will be a live stream on Saturday, but it will be early. It'll be about 2 in the afternoon until 4. Because then I'll, you know, right? I'll explain later. She's going to be thinking, what's that about? No. So, 2 seconds. Anyway, so that's so sorry, anyway, so that's the plan now, is to start preparing for our next couple of days. So it's going to be really exciting. And finally get on sunshine's come back as well, which is what does it smell me today? The coffee I've had today.
Possibly.
I'm sure it is. You know what, right? I mean, say that with Jade, that I actually had this coffee right in this. I think it's just coffee. I can't talk much. Anyway, but yeah, we're back on track with the album. Next album's out soon, so please get your copy, guys, because we did spend a lot of time on this album. Because this girl is making a good career now for herself. We're just waiting until Spark FM gets back in touch with us with our goddamn tracks. But like I say, we don't know what's happening yet with that, so we'll see. Happens anyway. But thanks very much for today. Thanks a lot for coming in. I really appreciate Jade coming in today. We will do another one again, because I quite like this today, actually. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad we did this better now, guys. We didn't have Logan here today. Thank God. But it's, as I say, babies and things don't mix very well. It just kind of is too much. But we're very glad we did this today. If you guys want us to do another one on a different day, let us know by the Facebook page. Jade is the administrator for that as well. She's the administrator for that page. So any messages you want to send to us, any information about the studio work, anything, let us know. But it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much, Jade, for coming in. Appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll see you guys very soon for another chat. See you guys on Saturday for another live stream. And until then, have a great day. Bye.